Very warm good morning everyone. Today we are going to develop the concept of chemical bond. Actually there are different types of chemical bond, but here only we are going to develop the concept regarding electrovalent bond and covalent bond. Let us see some molecule like NaCl, CaCl2, S2O, CO2, simply nitrogen molecule. When we observe this compound or molecule, then we see that in this NaCl, Na and Cl are together. In this CaCl2, calcium chloride, calcium and chlorine are together. Then why these atoms are together? Why in water molecule hydrogen and oxygens are together? A question comes here, why these atoms are together? There is some force, there is some force of attraction that is developed in this atom by the losing or gaining of electron or by sharing of electron, due to which these atoms are compelled to be together, and that force of attraction is known as chemical bond. The force of attraction that bind different atoms together to form a molecule, that force of attraction is called chemical bond. Here we are going to study two types of chemical bond, that is electrovalent bond and covalent bond. Let us see this electrovalent bond. It is formed between metal and non-metal. Metal and non-metal. But this covalent bond, it is formed between non-metal and non-metal. Only it is formed between the atoms of non-metal. This electrovalent bond, it is formed by losing and gaining of electron. We'll see the example later on, but here we can say this electrovalent bond, it is formed by losing and gaining of electron. And the covalent bond, this is formed by sharing of electrons between the atoms. Okay, uh, you can take a screenshot of this. I'm going to rub this, and let us see some example regarding this. Suppose, let us see how NaCl is formed. In NaCl there are two atoms, Na and Cl. When we see the electronic configuration of Na, its atomic number is 11, and in first orbit 2 electrons, second orbit 8 electron, and in third orbit there is 1 electron. When you see the electronic configuration of chlorine, we find that in chlorine first orbit, it is atomic number is 17, in first orbit 2 electrons, second orbit 8 electron, and in third orbit there is 7 electron. This everybody we know about it. Then here in sodium there is 1 electron in the outermost orbit, so this sodium wants to lose this electron. And in chlorine there is 7 electron, so it wants to gain 1 electron, so that uh, there will be 8 electron in the outermost orbit, that is octet state. And this sodium will lose 1 electron, so that in the outermost orbit there will be 8 electron, so that it can obtain the octet state to become stable. Then when we draw the molecular structure of NaCl, we can draw like this. We have to mention the outermost orbit electron. Molecular structure can be drawn in different way, but here I am focusing only the valence electron. Sodium has one valence electron while chlorine has 7 valence electron. These atoms wants to obtain the octet state. For that, this sodium donates its one electron to chlorine. Then when it donates its one electron to chlorine, then it will have the octet state and it will be stable. Similarly, when chlorine gains one electron, then it gains one electron here, then it will have also the octet state. Both atoms will be stable. Like this, it will be this sodium. When it will lose one electron, there will be development of one positive charge, and when it chlorine, when it gains one electron, there will be development of one negative charge. And due to the presence of this positive charge and due to the presence of negative charge, these two atoms are compelled to be together. They cannot go away from each other. They both have obtained the octet state, and the charges that are present on them, they compel them to be together. In this way, the NaCl is formed. uh, some of you may have some uh, problem how the charges has formed on this Na and Cl. Let us talk about that also. This Na, in normal atom of Na, there are 11 electron and 11 proton. And in normal atom of sodium, this 11 negative charge and 11 positive charge, they cancel each other effect. So normal atom is electrically neutral. There are no charges over that atom. But when it loses one electron, now it has only 10 electron. After losing one electron here, now sodium has only 10 electron, but it has still 11 proton. 10 negative charge will cancel 10 positive charge, and one positive charge will be more here. So when it loses one electron here, one positive charge is developing on sodium atom. Similarly, in chlorine, we can see chlorine's atomic number is 17. It has 17 electron and 17 proton. When this when this chlorine atom gains one electron, now it will have 18 electron. And this 17 positive charge will cancel only 17 negative charge, and one electron will be more here, so one negative charge is developed over here. And due to the presence of this positive and negative charge, these two atoms cannot go away from each other, and they remain together to form the NaCl. I hope you have understood how this electrovalent bond is formed. This is called electrovalent bond. The electron that loses electron is considered as metal. The electron that gains electron, the element that gains electron, the atom that loses electron is called metal. The atom that gains electron is called non-metal. And the bond that is developing between metal and non-metal, this bond is called electrovalent bond. Okay. And this bond is forming by losing, one atom is losing electron, another atom is gaining electron. So this bond is called electrovalent bond. I hope you have understood what is electrovalent bond. Now let us talk about the concept of covalent bond. You can take a screenshot of this. So wherever there are metal and non-metal in a compound, there is presence of electrovalent bond. Let us talk about the covalent bond. We have seen this covalent bond is formed between the atoms of non-metal. Let us take one example. Suppose simple we start with the oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule always exists as two atoms in this state. How, why two atoms of oxygens are together? Let us talk about this. We know oxygen, when we see the electronic configuration of oxygen, oxygen has 8 atomic number. In first orbit 2 electron, second orbit there are 6 electron. Then because it has 6 electron in the outermost orbit, it tried to gain 2 electron from anywhere. Similarly, another atom has same phenomenon, 2 and 6 electron. It also wants to gain 2 electron. Because these two atoms require electron, they both are non-metal. This is also requiring electron, this is also requiring electron to obtain the 8 electronic configuration, that is octet state. Then from where electron will come to them? Both are requiring electron. So in this condition, they neither lose electron nor gain electron, but these two atoms share their electrons with each other. Let us see how do they share. Suppose this is any oxygen atom, this is another oxygen atom. It has uh, it share its electron. Then how many electron does this atom require? 2 electron it requires. So it shares its 2 electron with this. And remaining or other 4 electron in the outermost orbit there are 6 electron. 2 electrons it involves in sharing, so we have to write this side, and other rest of the electron we can write here. We are only focusing the valence electron, outermost orbit electron. This atom also requires 2 electron, so it shares its 2 electron this side, and the remaining 4 electron we can show here. These two atoms share these two electrons with each other like this. Now its octet is complete because it is taking 2 electrons of this atom for sharing. Similarly, this, if this is donating 2 electron for sharing, this atom also donates this 2 electron to this atom for sharing. So for this we can draw like this. And this 2 electron is shared to this, and this 2 electron is shared to this. In this way their octet is complete. This shared pair of electron revolve around this also, revolve around this also. So its octet is also completed, its octet is also completed. So we can also represent this. These two oxygen are bonded like this. This double line indicates double covalent bond, that is two electrons are shared. If in any covalent bond one electron is shared, then we have to draw here only one line. Okay, here double covalent is bond is formed, and finally we can write like this. Then we can say this is the molecular structure of oxygen molecule where covalent bond is present. This is covalent bond. Okay, I hope you have understood this. um, let us take some other example of the covalent bond between. Let us see uh, the structure of suppose we can see CO2, carbon dioxide molecule, how covalent bond is formed here. Let us see first the electronic configuration. The carbon has 6 atomic number. First orbit 2 electron, second orbit there are 4 electron. In oxygen atom there are 8 atomic number. First orbit 2 and second orbit 6. Similarly, other oxygen atom, same electronic configuration, 2 electron here and 6 electron in the outermost orbit. This carbon has 4 electron in the outermost orbit. Then we see that this 4 electron it try to make here 8 then it tried to gain 4 electron, but its character, this carbon, though it act as its 4 electron indicate neither it is a metal nor it is a non-metal. Sorry. This carbon has 4 electron in the outermost orbit. This indicates it is it has the property between the metal and non-metal. But when we see other characteristics apart from this valence electron, when we observe lot of character of the carbon, maximum its property is related to the non-metal. So carbon is considered as non-metal. Okay, this carbon is non-metal because it requires electron, we can say here. Oxygen has 6 electron, it also required 2 electron. This oxygen also required 2 electron. All these are non-metals. Then if the atoms of the molecules are non-metals, then all these atoms forms a covalent bond to form this CO2 molecule. Okay, then how the CO2 molecule structure is formed? By covalent bond. Because these are non-metals, they form covalent bond between each other to form CO2 molecule. Let us see the structure of CO2, how the covalent bonds are present here. In CO2, the atoms that is present in a small number, here carbon is only 1, oxygen is 2, the atoms that is present in a small number is written at middle, and the atoms that are present in more number, they are written in the sides, or between the uh, high number of atoms, a small number of atoms are written, we can say. We have to talk about the side atoms at first. This is oxygen molecule, and this requires 2 electron to complete its octet state. So how many electron it requires? 2 electrons. So it shares its 2 electron. Remaining 4 electrons are present over here, because 6 electrons are present outside the oxygen atom. Same way, this oxygen also shares its 2 electron, rest its 4 electrons are over here. And this carbon, we have seen carbon has 6 atomic number, 2 and 4. Outermost orbit there are 4 electron. So it shares its 2 electron with this atom and shares another 2 electron with this atom. Let us draw the covalent bond. These two electrons are shared. So 2 electrons come here for sharing, and its octet is completed. Similarly, for this oxygen, these 2 electrons are shared, so its octet is also complete, and these 2 electrons and these 2 electrons are shared with carbon. So the carbon has also 8 electrons around its for due to this sharing. Carbon octet is also completed, oxygen octet is also completed, and this oxygen atom octet is also completed. Then finally we can show like this. This 2 electrons are shared with this oxygen, and 2 electrons are shared with this oxygen atoms, and in this way here double covalent bond, and here also double covalent bond, and finally CO2 molecule is formed like this. I hope you have understood how the covalent bond is formed and how the electrovalent bond is formed. If still you have any problem, there are different types of bond, but here we are only developing the concept regarding the electrovalent bond and covalent bond. If still you have any problem, please comment, but please like my video, subscribe my channel, share with your friends to subscribe my channel, and press the bell icon. Thank you. Best of luck to everyone. Thank you.